There are almost too many margaritas these days to choose from. But today we're gonna make a version that uses fresh ingredients that come together perfectly for the summer. And honestly, I think it might be one of the best margaritas you can make pretty much anytime. We're gonna make a fresh watermelon margarita. Now, as I said, this drink is all about the fresh ingredients, but it starts out with the usual suspects. So the first thing you're gonna need is some tequila. And we're using a silver tequila for this margarita. I'm going with Olmeca Altos today. The next thing you'll need is something to sweeten it with, and we're gonna be using agave nectar. This is a natural sweetener made from the agave plant. We're also gonna need some lime juice, and of course, make sure that it is fresh squeezed. You can squeeze it ahead of time, or just squeeze it when you make the drink. Now for the watermelon flavor, we're gonna need some watermelon juice or watermelon puree. This is really easy to make. You just start with a seedless watermelon, go ahead and break that down into chunks, and then put it into a food processor or a blender, and when it's liquefied, just put it into the bottle you're gonna be using. Now this stuff will keep in the refrigerator for about 2 to 3 days, and it goes great in just about anything you wanna add natural watermelon flavor to. The next ingredient is going to be cucumber, and I've got nickels here that have been cut in half. They're about 1/4 inch thick. And the last thing that you're gonna need is going to be some mint. So we've got some fresh mint. This is all gonna help to create this fresh, cooling margarita for summertime. So let's get these out of the way so we can get started making this awesome drink. Now to get started, we're just gonna need our shaker tin, and we'll just begin by adding some ingredients to that. So I'm gonna start with my silver tequila. You could try a reposado tequila, but I think silver works best for this cocktail. We're gonna add 2 ounces of that to the tin, and then we're gonna move on to our agave nectar. We're gonna add 1/2 ounce of the agave nectar. Get that all in. Stuff's kind of sticky. Some people like an orange liqueur for this cocktail, but I think the orange gets in the way of all the other ingredients. If you want to use a different sweetener, you can always let me know down in the comments below. Now the next ingredient is going to be our lime juice. We're going to add 1 ounce of that. And then we'll move on to our watermelon juice. We're going to add 1 ounce of the watermelon. And if you like more watermelon flavor, you can always add more. In fact, I kind of do. So I'm going to add just a smidge more there. Then we'll move on to the vegetation. So we're going to go ahead and grab the cucumber here. We're going to drop in 1 of those half nickels. You can always leave the cucumber out if you're not into that flavor. Some people don't like cucumber. Then we're going to add 2 mint leaves. 1, 2. So that is it. All we have to do is add some ice. Now, if you're wondering why we aren't muddling this, it's because just shaking the cocktail will be enough to get that cucumber and that mint flavor into the drink. So now we're just gonna give it a shake for about 8 to 10 seconds. You wanna shake this nice and hard just to break the cucumber and the mint up a little bit. All right, that looks good. Now you could serve this up or over ice, so I'm gonna go ahead and use a bucket glass. And I like to use a nice big ice cube there, just to help keep it cold, since this is definitely a summer sipper. And then we'll just go ahead and strain the cocktail over that, making sure to double strain, just because of all the cucumber chunks and the mint that might be in there. Right, these are so good, you don't want to lose any left over there. So now we'll just go ahead and garnish it. And for that, I like to use a fresh piece of watermelon, since this is a fresh watermelon margarita. So just put that on the rim there. And yeah, that's it. Fresh watermelon margarita for summer with some cucumber and mint. Oh, I'm telling you, you can't beat that on a hot day. That is one of the best margaritas you can make in the summertime. The watermelon just comes right through, but it's natural. It doesn't taste synthetic like a syrup would. The whole drink is balanced. It's fresh. It's not too sweet. It's not too tart. It definitely still has margarita vibes. It's kind of deceptive because it's so good. You probably should just be careful when you're drinking these when it's hot outside. Anyway, that's it. That's the cocktail. So until next time, we are on to the next drink. Cheers.